Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another reading from me. So today's topic is going to be on who will you have children with. This topic has been requested by a viewer. So once again, I remind you that if you have any topics that you would like me to cover in future videos, please mention them in the comments of any video, or of course of this video or any other video, or in my community posts. I will take them into account. All right. So these are your options for those of you who would like to choose with just seashells, meaning just some objects, because this is what I have for you. Normally I would have crystals, but I am not in my usual location, so this is what I could come up with. I have meditated on the question. I have asked Spirit which seashells I should choose for this particular reading, and these are the ones that came out in this particular order. Just to, let you know that I always trust my intuition. So, yeah, there's a reason why these seashells in particular stood out. Actually, let me put the spotlight on them. Right, so, without further ado, pile number one, you have this seashell over here. Pile number two, you have this seashell over here. Pile number three, you have this seashell over here. All right, so you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. I apologize for the stains on the tablecloth. Anyway, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. My suggestion, once again, is that you meditate upon the question with your eyes closed a little bit. Exhale longer than you inhale. Maybe address it to a higher power. And then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you without overthinking it. And of course, if you feel drawn to more than one, you can watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. And before I sign off, I will remind you once again to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, because most of the people who regularly watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So please do. It will only take a second. It's free and it's the easiest way to support me. Also, please consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also consider joining the membership options to further support me in exchange for some perks. And if you're interested in a private tarot reading, check out the video description for more information. Thank you, and I will see you at your reading. All right, so this is for those of you who would like to choose with a oracle card as well as a seashell. So this is going to be the card selection phase. Spirit, tell me about pile number one. Who are they going to have a child with? Who is pile number one going to have a child with? Or children with? Spirit, who is pile number two going to have children with? Spirit, who is pile number three going to have children with? Tell me everything you can about. All right, this is the right one. So let's see. All right, pile number one, we have tiny triumphs. Pile number two, we have under my umbrella. Pile number three, we have this card with Sleeping Beauty's Dream. Interesting. All right, so these are your options. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide, and I will see you at your reading. And for those of you who would like a more put together presentation, just wait a few seconds. All right, so for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a seashell, these are your options. Once again, pile number one, pile number two, pile number three. And you can pause the video, take as much time as you need to decide. Once again, my recommendation is that you take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. You can also address the question to a higher power like God or any deity that you follow, or spirit. Address it to your higher self, whatever spiritual entity you believe in. And then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively. without overthinking it, basically. So if you feel drawn to more than one, of course, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. If you find that nothing truly resonates, most likely there wasn't a message here for you. I will ask you to please subscribe to my channel before I sign off. It is the easiest way to support me, and most people who are regularly watching my videos are not subscribed, so please subscribe to my channel and click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, feel free to comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or suggestions for future videos that you would like me to cover on this channel. This topic was also suggested by a viewer, so I do take them into account. Also, if you would like to support my channel further, please click on the join button for in order to support me with a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks, which you can also find out if you click on the join button. If you're interested in a private tarot reading, check out the video description for more information. I have also left reviews that I have gotten for private readings before, if you want to see them. Also, last but not least, I do have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well. So go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I will see you at your reading. So welcome, pile number one. This is your reading if you have chosen this card with Tiny Triumphs, and I will be reading the description for the oracle card after I select the rest of them, and or this blue seashell, right? So Spirit, tell me about pile number one. Who will pile number one have children with? Any information that you can give me about this person? Who is pile number one going to have children with? Tell me, Spirit. These, actually, no, not, okay, this one. Spirit, who is pile number one going to have children with? Tell me. Who is pile number one going to have children with? Okay. All right, I think that's enough. So we have education, number 12, which is the number ruled by Jupiter. So that makes sense with education because Jupiter is ruling education. We have forgiveness, number 19, a number ruled by the sun. We have sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. And we have Hawk, messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. And we have abundance. Nice. Let me push them a little bit higher. Actually, we have abundance. And we have enchantment with a mermaid. All right. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number one? Who are they going to have children with? Who is pile number one going to have children with? Who is pile number one going to have children with? I think that's enough. Actually, one more. All right. So let's see. We have the moon, the hermit, the Six of Pentacles, the Death card, the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile? All right. No, I don't know. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile? Actually, this one feels right. This one feels right as well. All right. What can you tell me for pile number one? Who will pile number one have children with? Tell me everything you can about this person, Spirit. How many is this? Yeah, that's enough. So let's see. We have the 8 of Swords underneath the moon. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Justice card. Oh my God, the Death card again, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, so hefty amounts of moon energy. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, so pile number 1, already very strong messages. Oh, wait, before I get into it, I should have read, but I'm gonna read it now. So we have tiny triumphs. I have to read the description from the booklet. This is the booklet. Number 21, let's see. Attitude, belief, power of perseverance. A big mouse dressed as a circus trainer is holding a small eagle. The situation is inverted. The predator is small and the prey is big. This card urges us to believe in ourselves. Don't ever think that you're too small or too outmatched in a situation. Inner size is what matters. Think back to a time when you felt good about an achievement. Don't give up now. With patience and hard work, you will triumph in the end. So, I feel like this could be a message for you as well as this person that you are asking about. This could be a person that has started from a pretty low position in life and has worked their way to the top. With the Death card coming out twice, this could be someone who has strong Scorpio or strong or strong Saturn energy as well. So like could also be placements in Aquarius because we have the King of Swords as well. But in any case, I won't get straight to the astrological conclusions. What I'm trying to say is that this is someone who is really intense, who has gone through a lot of transformation, has gone through a lot of ups and downs. And I'm feeling like a rags to riches story actually with this person, because there are a lot of cards that show abundance here, but there are also some cards that show challenges and ups and downs, and then of course there's this oracle card with the tiny triumphs. Also, with respect to having children in and of itself, I feel like there's a message that it might take time, that it's not going to happen right off the bat. Like, it could take some trying, I think. So I don't think that this is going to be like an accident. Can I just say that? I think that this is someone you're going to be in an established, serious relationship with, and you're going to you're both going to agree that you are trying to conceive, basically. This is what I'm getting here. This person also is someone who is trapped in their mind somehow. Like, we have the moon and we have the 8 of Swords underneath. So this could be a person who honestly has gone through a lot of shit. Can I just say this bluntly? We do have also like another, sorry that I'm jumping around, but we do have abundance, and we do have like the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So there's definitely a message that this person is quite well off financially here. But I'm going to break down all the different messages that I see. And what I wanted to say is that I think this is someone who comes from like a pretty rough background, to be honest. Like, and I don't necessarily say like abject poverty, let's say, or a life of crime, although technically that's not excluded. But mainly I'm talking about emotional traumas and emotional pain that has kept this person stuck, you know. This could also be that this is someone that you're not going to get it off, like you're not going to start a relationship right from the bat, from the get-go. Like, it could take some time before the moment you meet them to the moment where you start a relationship, because there could be some obstacles. I see repeated messages of restrictions here. I do see that, you know, death definitely shows some painful transformations, but what really stands out to me here is the death with the Justice, which I would tend to see as divorce. It could be divorce. So Maybe it could be for some of you that when you first meet this person, or when you develop an infatuation with them, or them for you, this person is already in a relationship. It could be that they are stuck like that. Another thing though is this person for some reason may have had some brush ups with the law, or they are stuck in some kind of a contract. So I'm seeing like this is not going to be something that happens like again right off. Camera interrupted for a second. I had to delete some files. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, what this makes me think of with the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles is that this person is pretty paranoid about people taking advantage of them. This gives me like a vibe of someone who's really, really self-protected, you know, especially when it comes to their finances. I think that this person is pretty well off financially, maybe even socially. They could have a high social status. And it could be that because we have this with enchantment, also in abundance, and, you know, education as well. So overall, I feel like also with the Ten of Pentacles, I think that this is someone who has a certain status. And I think that they have had issues in the past where people wanted them maybe for superficial reasons, for their money, for their social status. And they are very protected because of that. So they're only allowing people in their inner circles, like in their close, intimate life, after a lot of testing, right? So after a lot of time, after they get to know a person, they're not someone who easily opens up, to be honest. And with the six, see, here's the thing. We have a repeated theme of education here. We have education, that card that came out with the number 12. And then we also have the Six of Pentacles, which to me is connected to teaching. So for some of you, this could be a hint that you meet this person in some kind of an educational setting. Maybe they are some kind of a teacher, or they are selling courses or something, some kind of a teacher. Maybe they're teaching something, or you could be a teacher, right? But mostly I feel like there's something to do with teaching with respect to how you meet this person. So again, you could meet this person in university, or while attending classes, or anything like that. Anything where you are sharing knowledge, right? Or again, they could be a teacher, you could be a teacher. Also with the Ten of Pentacles and with all the pentacles that came out, actually, there could be a message that you meet this person through work, through some kind of a professional setting. So it could be their work or your work. We have also the Ace of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, which to me can show that this person is someone who's very passionate about not just teaching, but social causes. Like, there's someone who is pretty generous. Maybe there's someone who is involved in charities. But it just could be that this person has a lot of social consciousness. And also with Aquarius, that makes sense, because Aquarius is very humanitarian. So I think there might be someone, also with the Death and the Transformation, they could be someone who is focused on transforming something socially, something that has some kind of a big social impact. Maybe they are in some kind of an organization where they help society, they help the poor, the underprivileged or something. Or it could be literally, again, connected to teaching, like somehow imparting knowledge. They feel like they are changing something. They're very... how should I put it? Very passionate about something, you know, passionate about transforming something socially. So it could be through teaching, it could be through something else. This part here, yeah, I've gone over it. So with the Death and the Justice underneath, it could be that this person, is somehow stuck contractually when you meet them. So again, it could be like they are married, or again, it could be that you're married, or somehow like the justice is somehow delaying things. Of course, this could literally be like very specifically for some of you, this could be someone who has had brush-ups with the law. Yeah. Could be, like, maybe they have a history, criminal record or something. Hopefully not for most of you, but yeah, that could be a thing. Or, again, for some of them, for some of you, they could be in the justice system, or you could be in the justice system. You know, they could be focused on transforming the justice system, or something to do with social ranks and stuff, social inequalities. This person is definitely fair, you know, and again, with the Justice, it could just be Libra placements also, or it could be all of these things at the same time, right? And we have also the Queen of Wands, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, or the Wheel of the Year, as it is called. So there's some good amount of fire energy in this person, but one thing that I will say with the Queen of Wands and the Moon coming out together is that this person might have some kind of, how should I put it? How should I put it in a polite way? They might have some issues, like, honestly, mentally. And look, the Queen of Wands can speak of having a self-sabotaging nature. So this could speak of, you know, especially considering the rest of the spread, this could be someone who has imposter syndrome, for instance, especially if they have reached, you know, a certain level of success in life and they come from humble origins. Or it could be literally because of past traumas, maybe something that happened in their childhood made them feel insecure, having low self-esteem, and they continue to struggle with a self-sabotaging nature. This speaks of having a shadow side, honestly. And with the Wheel of the Year underneath, it could be that this person is also moody. I mean, this theme of moodiness is actually kind of repeated because we also have, I mean, the moon itself is kind of, you know, moodiness. It's about waxing and waning. So this could be that this is someone who's kind of moody. And I don't want to say like emotionally unstable. I don't think it has to go that far, but maybe it could be that this person has even struggled with some kind of like mental health issues. I mean, so many people have nowadays, so it's like becoming normalized. In any case, though, even if this is not the case, so let's say that this is not about their mental health, although I really think that it is for most of you. This is not about, let's say, moodiness or anything. This could just mean that there's someone who has navigated through a lot of ups and downs, you know, and with the Wheel of Fortune being present here, there could also be some element of fate connected to how you meet this person. Like, there could be some level of unbelievability or something about how you met. Like, I mentioned meeting on the bus, so maybe that is actually a thing. It doesn't have to be like you meet in unusual places, but it could just be that you meet them when you don't expect to, or when you least expect to, or when they least expect to. You know, it's in some kind of a setting maybe where you just don't even expect to find romance. Like, I mean, when you think about work, it's not exactly a romantic setting, right? So that could even be it. In any case, this is definitely someone who has navigated a lot of ups and downs. So yeah, they've had their fair share of struggles in life. We have the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess. So again, the High Priestess, hand in hand with the Moon, speaks about this person could even have like a prominent Moon energy, or they could have placements in Cancer. They could also have placements in the Moon-ruled nakshatras in Vedic astrology, which are Rohini, Hasta, or Shravana. Yeah, so they could have some prominent Moon placements, or again, the Moon could be prominently placed in their horoscope. Maybe they have Moon in the first house, or Moon conjunct a lot of planets. So it could be that, again, this person's life could be waxy and waning somehow. So it, again, makes me think of they have gone through a lot of ups and downs. But this also shows that this person has very strong emotional intelligence. With the High Priestess, it also shows a good degree of self-awareness. So even if this person has had, let's say, some issues with their moods and their mental health, chances are that they're quite self-aware. They're quite aware of what is wrong with them, and they have worked through it, or they're starting to work through it. So if I would have gotten just the Moon, I could have said that, you know, this person is a little bit imbalanced. But with the High Priestess, I feel like this is someone who also is pretty self-aware, like I said. So they also have a lot of intuition, a lot of understanding of deeper things, and this person could be quite open-minded towards things like including tarot, astrology, or anything esoteric. Yeah, and here with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, this definitely shows that you're going to build a legacy with this person, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. This is going to lead to a happy relationship. This is why I said I don't think that, I mean, look at this. It actually shows this guy holding a baby. Like I think it's some kind of baptism or something. I don't know what. He's supposed to be like a wizard. Anyway, the bottom line is I think it shows that this is something that's going to be like planned. You know, I don't think that this is going to be like someone that you have like an unplanned pregnancy with, or that it's going to be outside of a serious relationship. You know, it's probably something where you might even work with this person actually and create something together at some point. This shows like a really strong legacy that you create together actually through having children. So yeah, this is pretty much what I'm getting through the cards. Now let me get some astrological insights. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? Who is the person they're going to have children with? Who is the person they're going to have children with? Spirit, tell me. No, this doesn't feel right. Who is pile number 1 going to have children with? Spirit, tell me. This one feels right. Who's pile number 1 going to have kids with? This one. So, we have Virgo, the alchemist. See, this is kind of a confirmation because Virgo falls in, Hasta Nakshatra, the one that I mentioned, being ruled by the moon, falls in sidereal Virgo. We have 4th house, home and family. So this is a confirmation of the Cancer energy because the 4th house corresponds to Cancer. We also have, oh my God, strong confirmation, 9th house, learning and faith. So like I said, education could be part of how you meet this person. Wow, Venus, love and beauty. So this goes hand in hand with the enchantment card. So it could be that this person is very charming and very good looking. Also could be a confirmation of the Libra placements. And we have Uranus, which is, we have change and new beginning. So again, this is a confirmation of both the hectic energy surrounding this person's existence, but also the confirmation of Aquarius energy because the King of Swords came out as well. So they could have strong placements in Aquarius or any other air sign. They could also have, I actually follow Vedic astrology more than tropical, so they could have prominent Rahu placements, which is the north node of the moon, and in Vedic astrology, it is the ruler, the co-ruler of Aquarius together with Saturn. So they could have prominent Aquarius placements, definitely, or Rahu. And yeah, loads of confirmations, basically. Venus is also the planet of welfare, you know, financial welfare. And it's also just a planet that is very much connected to materialism, you know, being financially abundant. So I do see this as a confirmation that this person could be pretty well off. And yeah, Virgo is, and also Venus and Virgo are both kind of earth energy. True, I didn't get like Saturn confirmations, not up until this point, or Scorpio, but I still see these energies as well, you know, so just because they didn't come up in the astrological notes doesn't mean that they're not there. And also, I still have some astrological notes to pick, so bear with. Yeah, 4th house, though, says that this person really cares about family, and I do see it as line in line and like falling hand in hand with this 10 of Pentacles energy. This person cares about family, legacy. They probably take these things very seriously. They're the kind of person who wants to have like a stable home life, I think. And they could also even be, it's interesting because we have like the 4th and the 9th house, which are kind of dichotomous energies, because the 4th house is the home base and the homeland, and the 9th house is about foreign lands, travel, basically getting outside of your comfort zone. It's also about studying, gurus, teachers, hello. Yeah, so, and also the 4th house is the house of primary education, right? So like, let's say up until high school or so. So this person could definitely be involved in education somehow. They could be a teacher, like I said, maybe even a professor in university, or they could be involved in higher education with the 9th house. Also, they could be into philosophy. They could be someone who has like a broad mind, a broad view of things. They like to learn a lot maybe about the world in general. Like I said, maybe social causes. There is a confirmation of that. and learning about other cultures, you know, and belief systems could also be a thing. Maybe their faith is important to them as well. Although I honestly don't think that this is a person who is extremely religious, at least based on the signs that I have seen so far. But they could be interested in the topic of faith, maybe even the psychological impact of faith or something, or they could be studying world religions or something. This could also be a person that you meet actually at home. So again, this could be that you meet them online with a fourth house, or it could be that you meet them somewhere close to your home or literally in your home. Maybe, I don't know if that's a first date. Probably not very socially acceptable to ask someone at your place for the first time. But it could be like you meet them somehow, yeah, through their home or your home, or it could be your mother's side of the family or their mother's side of the family. You could also meet them in something to do with real estate, like maybe when you're looking to move or something. They could be a real estate agent, and or they could be into real estate. Maybe they invest in real estate or something. You could also meet this person through anything involving vehicles, like looking for a new car or even a new bike or something. We have the 9th house, and like I said, so 9th house can definitely be a confirmation that you meet this through some kind of educational system. This could also be that you meet them while traveling to a foreign land, or learning anything to do with foreign lands. This could also be while, you know, studying higher topics like philosophy, religion, like I said, faith. Or it could be that you meet them through your father, because the 9th house is also the father, or through your gurus or your teachers. Yeah. Or some priest as well. So it could be like through a religious thing. Although religion is, like organized religion is not a very strong theme here up until this point. Yeah, and with the Venus energy, this person is definitely good looking. You know, they're charming and good looking. And with a Virgo, this is also someone who has an eye for detail. And they can be quite perfectionist as well. Like, maybe they have some kind of a profession, again, where they are required to be very logical and very meticulous, you know. Could be medical science as well, because Venus is also the sign of the healer, the energy of the healer. Yeah. All right. So let me get more stuff. Where are my dice? My dice. All right, so let's see the astrological dice. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? Who is the person they're going to have kids with? All right, so we have Taurus. All right, so more confirmation of the Venus energy. This person could be like directly involved in finances, and this person could also be someone who is very stubborn. They're down to earth and very stubborn as well, and they could also, like, they're not just like conventionally attractive. They could also have kind of a stocky build, can I just say this? And they're not just conventionally attractive, but they could be pretty stocky, like strong looking. That's what I'm trying to say. We also have the 12th house. All right, so we do have confirmation that some of you could meet this person in a situation of isolation or something involving religion, you know, like through your temple or something. You could also meet this person, again, while online from home, because that's also a place of isolation when you are alone. And last but not least, you could also meet them while traveling. I'm talking especially long distance or long-term travels. So like from one continent to another or something like that. And we have Mercury here, which is a strong confirmation, again, that you could meet online, because Mercury is the planet of communication. There's also the energy of this person being maybe into business with all this Venus and Mercury energy. So they could be like maybe having multiple sources of income, or maybe they're doing their own thing financially, making their own money, being independent, or they're a very good communicator. That's another thing. See, with Venus, they have a pretty face, most likely. They're conventionally pretty. And they also have a nice voice, you know. With the Venus, with the Taurus and all this Venus and Mercury energy, this person could definitely be someone who has a very pleasant voice. Maybe they're even a good singer. And yeah, with the Virgo and the Mercury, this person, especially if they have placements in Hasta Nakshatra, they could be someone who maybe plays an instrument, or they're very good with their hands somehow. Maybe they like to do things with their hands, like, I don't know, pottery or knitting or anything that involves using the hands a lot. You know, handiwork, or they maybe like sports that involve the hands or the arms, like ping pong, tennis, badminton, or it could be that they play an instrument. Did I say that? Maybe they play an instrument. Yeah, they could be into music. And it also just shows that maybe you like their hands, like maybe their hands really stand out together with their face being particularly attractive. All right. Also, their skin and maybe their hair also is very nice. So let's get more. Oh, let me get some charms here. Spirit, tell me about pile number. No, actually, no. I'm going to do the nakshatras first. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who are they going to have kids with? Who is pile number 1 going to have kids with? All right, I think that's enough. So let me see. Mrigashira, okay, falling in Taurus and Gemini, ruled by Mars. So this person is definitely very smart. Very, very smart. Has a very sharp intuition, so that's a confirmation of the High Priestess. This person has sharp instincts, and most likely their gut feelings are right. They're very good at being an investigator. We have Pusha, which falls in Cancer, so we do have some Cancer and also ruled by Saturn. So Cancer and Saturn energy, all right? Okay. We have Purva Ashadha, which falls in Sagittarius and is ruled by Venus. We do have the Venus going on. Let's see. We have Uttara Bhadrapada, which again is ruled by Saturn, falls in Pisces. So we do have 2 Saturn nakshatras. We have Chitra, which is ruled by Mars, falls in Virgo and Libra. So repeated Virgo energy. Kritika, which is ruled by the Sun, falls in Aries and Taurus. So more Taurus energy. And we have Shravana, wow. So, all right, so we do have one of the 3 moon nakshatras as well. Confirmation of what I said. We have Shravana falling in Capricorn. So we also have that Capricorn energy going on as well. So this person, like I said, with Mrigashira, they can be very smart, like really smart, have like, you know, prime level intellect. Like, how should I put it? First level intellect. They're very intelligent. They're very logical. They have an eye for details, definitely. They could be very good at investigations. With the Kritika, though, and the Mrigashira and the Chitra, I have to admit, these are pretty tough energies. So this person could also come across as pretty tough, you know, and they probably do have a tough side in the sense that they are very good at pinpointing faults. This makes sense with a Virgo as well. They could be, again, working in some kind of a field where they have to be kind of a corrective force, maybe, or they're a supervisor or something. Basically, they have to pinpoint other people's faults or something. They could be really interested in things to do with fitness and nutrition as well, and they could be good at working with these things, like how to get people in shape and stuff like that. Maybe they're like a personal trainer or something. Yeah, with Chitra, it shows this person. Also with Kritika, like I said, these are confirmations that this person has a pretty strong body. Like, I'm seeing pretty sturdy, stocky, average to tall energy. And I see, like, especially like muscular arms and shoulders could be a thing. Just to give you an example, I think Joe Rogan, if I'm not mistaken, has Chitra, I don't know, moon or something. I remember checking his chart once. But a lot of people that I have seen, honestly, that have Chitra energy are pretty stocky. And Kritika as well, you know, especially in the Taurus section. In the Taurus section, they're more likely to be a little bit towards the plump side, maybe, and also can have a tendency to put on weight. But irrespective, Kritika tends to give a pretty healthy-looking, sturdy physique. So it could be that their physical body just stands out. That's what I'm trying to say here. With the Purva Ashadha, though, and all the Venus energy, their face is also very pretty. And I'm seeing mostly an oval face, maybe squarish oval face. And with the Saturn energy, yeah, this person is definitely hardworking. With Uttara Bhadrapada, they could be interested in spirituality, definitely, and they could be practicing some kind of spiritual stuff. Maybe they're into meditation, yoga, learning about dreams and the subconscious. They're also very competitive and argumentative. Can I just say, with Purva Ashadha as well, this person could just like to argue for the sake of it. Don't say that nobody warned you. This person could definitely be great at debates, because with all the Mercury Kritika things, it's like they're very good at fault finding and they're very logical. And yeah, with the Pusha though, they have a nurturing side. They have a nurturing side, definitely. Their chest area can be very attractive, and they might be good with kids as well. With Shravana, they're a good listener as well, and they're very creative. You know, they're very imaginative and creative. They definitely have a gentle side, but I'm getting more of a tough energy here. So again, kind of goes hand in hand with that King of Swords. So it's either like this person moves back and forth between kind of being understanding to being kind of rough, you know, or they just have like an image that they keep, you know, like maybe they're more tough on the surface, but they're gentle once you get to know them, or they're gentle with the people they care about. All right, this is what I see here. So I'm gonna get to the charms. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who is this person they're gonna have kids with? All right, Spirit, who is this person that pile number 1 is gonna have kids with? Tell me, Spirit, who is pile number 1 gonna have kids with? Okay, so I think we have enough. We have the owl here, which to me is a confirmation that this person is well-educated, wise, intelligent. Definitely confirmation of all the Mercury and the Mrigashira and Gemini and all of the energies that came forward. We have love with the locket, and this makes me think that, again, makes me think that this person's heart is not easy to get to be honest, you know. So it's like they only allow a very select group of people to get really close to them, and you know, so just keep that in mind. Don't disappoint them, because it's not going to end well for you, I think, with these energies. Anyway, I'm not trying to scare anyone. We have the moon, which obviously is a confirmation of all the moon energy that came through. Like, this person definitely has a strong moon energy. They are, maybe also, it could be that their mother is very important to them. You know, I know that's not something that a lot of women want to hear, but but yeah, it comes through. What can I say? Hopefully his mother, if this is a man, is a good one. We have the flower here, which makes me think of the Venus energy. We have a rose, actually. So this makes me think this person is really romantic. You know, they might also be traditional in the way that they approach you and relationships in general. We have a little robot here. The robot makes me think of Saturn energy and Rahu as well. Makes me think of, like, again, this person could be quite stiff, you know, when you see them for the first time. Like, maybe there's someone who is not very emotionally expressive. This is what it makes me think of. So it could be that, yeah, like it gives me the King of Swords energy, basically. Like, maybe they're like a little robot, you know, like they're very rational, and you might think like, oh my God, does this person even have feelings? Maybe it could even go that far for some of you. But again, it's mostly a surface image for most of you. We have the butterfly, which again makes me think of transformation. You know, we have all that death energy. So again, this person either has gone through a lot of transformations in life, or they're focused on transforming others. So they could be working in some kind of a profession, like I said, like maybe a personal trainer, or they're dedicated on social causes where they want to implement some kind of change, you know. And we have the scissors, which is very Kritika energy. It just shows this person is sharp and quick at cutting people that they don't want in their lives. You know, this is not someone who is afraid to burn bridges. I'm going to tell you this right now. This thing has come through like in other readings, and I have mentioned this. I'm not really sure what it is. If anyone knows exactly what this thing is, please mention in the comments. It's obviously something with Chinese characters on it. I'm trying to get it to focus, but it's not working. Come on. Anyway, like, how close do I have to get for it to focus? It's not gonna, yeah, it's not working out. Anyway, so it's a thing with like, I don't know, I think it signifies something maybe that you're supposed to hang in your house or something. Maybe it has like blessings on it or something. So this makes me think this person, honestly, the first word that came to my mind is traditional. It's not about, you know, Chinese culture. Obviously, for people who are of Chinese background, this could be about them being Chinese or being very proud of their Chinese background. But it's about them being, could be also like superstitious. But I also think that it's about them being proud of their origins, their culture, which goes hand in hand with Cancer energy. All right, so last but not least, let me get into some physical characteristics. Why not? Spirit, tell me about pile number one. Who's the person that they're going to have kids with? Who is pile number one? I don't know. Who is, how should I phrase it? Spirit, who is the person that pile number one is going to have children with? All right, this is what I feel should come out. I will say, before I get into it, that, of course, not all of these are going to apply to every one of you. Some of them are even going to contradict one another. So as long as you have one or two of them, it's probably an indicator that this is the right person. So we have sandy hair. So sandy hair basically means somewhere between blonde and brown, something like an ash blonde maybe, or like a dusty light brown. We have light hazel eyes. So light hazel eyes generally can mean something between blue and green, or it could just be like brownish eyes that are very light colored. We also have facial hair. We have tattoo, so they can have tattoos for some of you. We have blue or gray eyes. We have broad shoulders. Wow, confirmation of what I said. Yeah, this person probably has a strong physique, like I said. We have high cheekbones. All right, so there's the Venus energy and the Saturn. And we have curly or wavy hair. Oh my God. And we have brown hair. All right. So there we have it. So for those of you, for some of you, sorry, this person has like light colored hair, for others brown hair. Yeah, but you do have some characteristics here. And obviously it is possible that you don't even have any of these physical characteristics because, you know, I just pulled them randomly. And of course, there are some general energies still that I gave you through the spread. So it's not 100% necessary to also have confirmation through the physical appearance characteristics. But, you know, I just thought it helped for some of you. Maybe please let me know in the comments if it resonated. Of course, feel free to come back to this reading after you maybe meet a potential baby daddy or baby mama. And tell me how it resonates. Yeah, I'm very curious. All right, so this has been Ed Pile number one. This has been your reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. I definitely have. Loads of confirmations. Again, strong messages, repeated themes. So I definitely feel like Spirit wanted you to hear this. And if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, please click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. If you're interested in private tarot readings, check out the video description. I have left my contact information there. You can email me for more information. I've also left a link to reviews I have gotten for private readings before if you're curious to see them. And if you want to support my channel further, you can do so by clicking the join button and contributing through a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks, which you will see if you click on the join button. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel. So if you're interested in astrology, I focus mainly on Vedic, but also with some tropical insights, since I have more than 20 years of experience right now in reading charts. I will link my astrology channel in the video description. Feel free to check it out, maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! All right, so welcome pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with Under My Umbrella. So fitting because it's raining right now. Anyway, and or this Seashell. So this is going to be the card selection phase. I am going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the reading if you don't want to sit through this. Directly to the interpretations. So let me see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who is this person going to have kids with? Who is pile number 2 going to have kids with? Really getting 3 for some reason. Spirit, who is pile number 2 going to have kids with? Who is pile number 2 going to have kids with, Spirit? Who is pile number 2 going to have kids with? So here we have free message, number 39, which is a number 12, which is a number 3 ruled by Jupiter. It's Not Me with number 8, ruled by Saturn, and Reunion with number 9, numerologically, which is ruled by Mars. And we have New Beginnings, all right. We have Wisdom. New Beginnings. So strong Jupiter up until this point. We have B, Community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the Queen of Abundance. Pile. All right, sorry. I don't know where my mind just went. I was like, pile something. Anyway, Raven, Shaman. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. This is reinforcing the 8 energy, which is Saturn or Scorpio. So let me read the description for this card from the booklet, number 20, Under My Umbrella. A man is perched on the back of a giant parrot. He is holding an umbrella which keeps the bird dry from the rain. This man is happy to help. He does not fear climbing up the big bird or a possible nip from her sharp beak. He is optimistic that his small umbrella is good enough to protect the bird from the weather. He is a true friend, aware of the power of a helping touch or smile to brighten someone's day. In turn, he is rewarded with a burst of color in his own life. Themes connected to this: compassion, care, friendship, protection. All right, and the number 20, which is ruled by the moon. I have some ideas, but I'm going to wait until I get all the cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. Who is this person going to have children with? Who is the person that they will have children with? Tell me, Spirit. Who is the person that pile number 2 is going to have children with? Who is the person that pile number 2 is going to have children with? So we have 9 of Swords, 4 of Wands, the World, 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, the 5 of Wands. Oh, I'm getting some strong messages already, but again, waiting until I get all the cards. Let me get all the cards. Spirit, who is pile number 1 going to have children with? Who is pile number 2? Sorry, did I say pile number 1? You know what I'm talking about, Spirit. I mean, you know I have ADHD. Pile number 2. Who is pile number 2 going to have children with, Spirit? Tell me, who is pile number 2 going to have children with, Spirit? Tell me. Yeah, this one. So let's see. We have 3 of Cups, We have the Two of Swords. Hold on, I have to push them up to make space. Okay. So, yeah, we have the Two of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Magician. Oh, wow. This person is a mystic or something. We have the Hanged Man. Seven of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Pentacles. So many aces, pile number 2. You have Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. The only one that's missing is the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I'm also getting some strong moon energy from this person. But the first thing that, I mean, there are 2 main themes that stand out to me. 3 main themes, actually. Let me put it like this. One of them is travel and foreign cultures. So right off the bat, because you have the World and the Five of Wands, to me, this is a suggestion that this is someone that comes from a different culture. This is someone who comes from a different background than you. So it could be that they literally come from a faraway place, or it could just be that they come from a different culture and there's a background difference. There might also be potential for conflict because of your backgrounds, right? So maybe one or both of your families is against this union. Or it's just that you might struggle at first with respect to, you know, getting together. Another theme that comes through is the theme of mysticism. This person is someone who has very strong mystical abilities. Like, look at this. We have the Magician. We have the number 8 that came through repeatedly. We also have this Raven shaman, however you pronounce it. So this is someone who has very sharp intuition. They could even be like, also with the Hierophant, this could be someone that has like a following. I'm already kind of getting like, I'm gonna get hate for this, but I'm feeling like this could be someone like a religious guru, or like, religious guru is kind of a contradiction. Like a religious person or a guru, someone who has large followings, someone who has social media following, definitely with the Hierophant. I also think that this could be a person that you meet in a time of change, in a time of, let's say when you're moving to a new place, when you're starting a new job, like some kind of a change is happening when you're meeting this person. I also think this is a person with the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune here. This makes me think of someone who preaches about change, teaches about change, maybe something about transformation. Again, I really am getting about, you know, getting the message that this person is either someone who is like a teacher in a spiritual energy, in a spiritual field. They're teaching something spiritually. Maybe they're even just a regular teacher, I think, but there's something very mystical and spiritual about this person. They're way more mystically inclined, maybe towards the occult, than the average person. They might be into Wicca, for instance, but with the message of community and the High Priest and the Wheel of Fortune, it could be that you meet this person, again, makes me think of a religious community. Like, you might meet this person through your faith, through a religious community. This could be like any kind of spiritual community, actually, not just like organized religion, right? So maybe, I don't know, you go to a Teal Swan show or some, what are they called? Lectures, shows, what she does. Maybe that's how you meet this person, for instance. Don't give me hate, because I've gotten, like, when I mentioned Teal Swan, I've had some people like, oh my god, I hate her. Whatever. I know she's a controversial figure, and I'm not some kind of a follower or anything, but I do think she has some worthy teachings. But, you know, again, this is not about Teal Swan. It just gave me this vibe, you know, it just gave an example of what I meant by meeting through a spiritual circumstance or something. And yeah, so this was the second theme, the mystical thing. The last one is the reunion card, right? So reunion to me speaks of either this is someone you have a past life connection with, and if you have a past life connection, like one way to figure that out is if this is a person you have had some kind of a strong reaction to, like some kind of, like when you first met this person, I mean, if you have someone in mind, for instance, did you feel, think about whether you felt some kind of a strong emotion, like either in your gut or your heart or something. Like it doesn't have to be necessarily positive. It doesn't have to be like love at first sight. It also doesn't have to not be love at first sight, but like some kind of a strong emotional reaction. Like maybe you had a feeling of like this person has a familiar vibe or something like that. And not because they remind you of your parents or something, because, you know, I'm not talking about Freudian projections here. It could be just that this person like somehow gives you something like familiar vibe or something. That's a good way to see that there is a past life connection. And if that's not the case, this could be like someone from your past, like someone that you have been involved with at some point, and you get together with this person and you have kids, you know. With the Hierophant, though, that's another thing. I do think that this is a person you are probably gonna marry. But with the Wheel of Fortune, what this shows is, I think it's if you do get married, all right? If you do get married, I think it's not going to be something very thought through. Like, it could be like a spur of the moment thing, or it could be relatively quick, basically. There's this energy of swiftness here, you know, like you get together. I know that's not actually healthy, and, you know, most psychologists will tell you that that's how you end up with a narcissist. But let me not get into psychology. This is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that this is not something that's going to last a long time, and a long courtship or something. I'm getting this energy of like something sudden, you know. Also, though, speaking of something sudden, also because you have the Ace of Swords and you have the Ace of Wands, I do have to wonder if this is going to be like an ideal circumstance surrounding the pregnancies with this person, or the pregnancy, because we have this energy of indecisiveness. So this could be literally about the person in question, or it could be about the circumstances surrounding the pregnancy. Because we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Two of Swords underneath, and we have the Ace of Swords and the Hangman underneath, right? So this makes me think of maybe there are second guesses, there might be a weighing of pros and cons, or this could be like, with the Four of Wands and the Two of Swords underneath, yeah, it's like one or both of you might get cold feet somehow about this relationship. I'm sorry, I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear, but this is what I'm getting here. There's an energy of like hesitation, either on one side or the other. So a lot of back and forth, a lot of weighing pros and cons. This person also is someone who could be struggling with anxiety. I see a lot of Mars energy as well. So I think this person overall is pretty self-centered, to be honest, because we have so much of Mars energy, and number 1 is coming out. We also have so many aces, which is number 1. So a lot of like Sun, Mars energy. So I see this as someone who likes to be on the move, for instance. They could be someone who loves to travel, because we do have the Ace of Wands and we have the World. So this is a person, yeah, who likes to be in a state of change. And what I also see is that this person is also very focused on their career. We have the Magician and the Eight of Pentacles. So this suggests someone who's really focused on their craft. You know, they're focused on perfecting themselves continuously with respect to their profession. We have, and they're also like very focused, like really very focused. They're putting a lot of energy into their professional life. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles here. This could also show repeated confirmations that this person is from a different, not just that this person is from a different culture. See, for some of you, this could be that they, not just that they are from a different culture, but you're actually gonna conceive the child or give birth to the child abroad. I also see that this person is someone who is quite intellectual. I think they are in their heads a lot, but I think that there's someone who tends to overthink, tends to worry too much, and I think that they're working in an intellectual profession as well, because we have the Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. They're a very fast learner. They're someone who likes to study a lot. I'm getting some Mercury energy as well here. This could also be someone that you meet through some kind of a celebration or through your social circle. I'm with the Four of Wands energy. This could be literally a wedding. You might meet them at a wedding. And again, it could also be through traveling abroad, definitely. Or it could be, for some of you, through getting some specialized courses or skills, learning some new skills. This person is definitely very passionate and self-motivated. Yeah, I see a lot of energy. I also see a lot of fire. To be honest, one thing that stands out to me is the fact that there are no cups here. So this person strikes me as someone who's really cerebral, you know, meaning they don't make decisions based on emotions. Also, when I get this card, and I've mentioned this in other piles, like this card keeps coming up in reading, so I don't know, like Spirit wants you to hear this, right? So for some of you, it could be that it's not the person you have in mind. And yeah, it could be that, because it literally says it's not me. Or if it's not that message, so for some of you, it's definitely, see how the rest of the reading resonates, right? Because you're going to be able to tell if this is about someone you have in mind or not. But if that is not the message, then it has to do with this person not having too much self-awareness, to be honest. I'm getting the message of someone who's very, very, how should I put it? I don't want to say unconscious, because that's not a nice way to put it. But someone who's very wrapped around their own, like, they're very involved in their own minds. Like, they have a rich inner universe, and like someone who doesn't pay too much attention to the outside world, because they are so driven to fulfill something, like a desire, a vision. So I definitely think this is someone who's ambitious. Let me put it like this right off the bat. This could also be someone who has Libra placements because of the Hangman and the Two of Swords, but I'm getting stronger energies than that. I'm getting, like, more than Libra. I'm getting potentially Aries or Scorpio. Those are probably the strongest. Maybe some Capricorn. But I'm going to see also some Jupiter. A lot of Jupiter, so that could be Sagittarius or Pisces. I'm thinking especially Sagittarius, yeah. This person also could have a prominently placed Jupiter and or a prominently placed Sun, because there is very strong Sun energy. Right, Leo could also be a thing. But again, I'm going to get more about that in the astrological notes. This person is also someone who's quite concerned with how they come across. It could be peer pressure. It could be that they care a lot about society, and maybe they move within a certain community. This is what I'm getting here because of this B community and the Hierophant. Like, I feel like this person is somehow involved in some social circle, some, how should I put it, some certain spiritual group, for instance, like religious group, or it's just they pay a lot of attention to their social circle, right? I also think that this is someone who has a certain position within a social circle, or they're aiming for that, right? There's someone who seeks group recognition. But they're definitely very intelligent, very cultivated. And they're like, again, I'm getting this very strong message of like movement, you know, liking to be on the move. And oh my God, speaking of kids, like this woman is literally holding a baby. Sorry about, you know, the image. Hopefully I won't get banned by YouTube or something. It's not that bad. But the new beginnings with the baby, like, makes me think that, again, it could be like an unplanned pregnancy, honestly. So it could be something like you get pregnant and this person later decides to marry you, or you have a child first and then you decide to get married. Or you decide to marry them, of course, depending on the situation. But I feel like, unlike the previous group in this pile, I'm not getting a strong sense of you being together for a very long time before you have the child, you know? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like it's something that's going to be pretty quick, maybe unexpected. All right, so this is what I see through the cards. Let me get some astrological notes as well. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who is the person they're going to have children with? Who is this person they're going to have children with? Another thing is, like, that I'm getting now with the number 20 under my umbrella is that this person could start out being a friend. Definitely. Also with the 3 of Cups. So I don't think this is a bad person. I'm sorry if I've given that impression. It's just that I don't feel like this is a traditional relationship, you know? It's definitely not going to start out as a traditional relationship. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have Mars and strong confirmation of what I said. I said Aries and Scorpio. Mars is the ruler of both Aries and Scorpio. We have Mercury, all right? So this is a confirmation of someone who's fast, likes to be on the move. Could be a bit of a Peter Pan energy with the Mercury. So someone who is maybe slightly immature, emotionally especially. We have Uranus, which is connected. It is the ruler of Aquarius, even though personally I focus more on Vedic astrology. But we have the ruler of Aquarius in tropical astrology. So this is also connected to unexpected things. So that makes sense with all the new beginnings and the change cards that show up here. And we have Pisces, the dreamer, confirmation of the Jupiter energy. We have second house, resources and values. All right, so this person could definitely be focused on acquiring wealth, like I said. I am going to make a small pause right now and ask you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, because over 80% of the people who regularly watch my videos are not subscribed. So please do subscribe if you have found value in any of my readings. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. Also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. Thank you. All right, so back to the interpretation here. Confirmations upon confirmation. So I definitely feel this person is very focused on making money. And it is like, it's not like they're broke or anything. I do think that they're in a pretty stable situation. But this is someone who works towards more, you know. They're seeking to increase their social status, their financial value. And with the Pisces dreamer, that makes a lot of sense. I did say this person also with the Aquarius energy, like the Aquarius especially is kind of a visionary energy, and Pisces is kind of religious. So again, this could be someone who's quite religious, or they're involved in a religious organization. Faith comes up pretty strong here. So it's like faith is important for this person. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be part of an organized religion. But faith somehow, like I said, so it could be that they are maybe in a spiritual community, like maybe they're doing yoga, maybe they're in an ashram, I don't know. It could be a lot of different options, right? They could be involved in some kind of like religious organization or spiritual community. And I feel like, again, they are really focused on, you know, gaining approval from this community and making a name for themselves within the community. I also think that they like that sense of community, right? So they really like to live in a community, and they're also very protective. But here's the thing, with the Mars energy, this was the vibe that I was getting, honestly, overall, is that this person, to be perfectly honest, is not someone who's very family oriented. I'm not getting that. I'm getting someone who is more driven towards glory and achievement. So yeah, that explains the you know, a lack of cups. Although no, I am getting Pisces here, which is water energy. So I do think this person, like I said, I'm not trying to say that they're this person is like not empathetic or something. They do have basic empathy, but they might be prioritizing other things as opposed to personal relationships, you know, romantic relationships at least, you know. I think that they're driven by a vision, like I said. So, and they're very smart, very intellectual. They could also be quite argumentative. That explains the 5 of Wands. And they're very independent, you know, very driven. This is not someone who, honestly, ironically, even though they might seek approval and all that, this is not someone that lives according to other people's rules, right? This is someone who's very self-motivated, and they have their fixed ideas. They're really assertive, and they could also be very into fitness. They could also have multiple streams of income with the Mercury. And you could meet them online with the Mercury energy. All right, let me get some more. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who is this person they're going to have kids with? Oh my God. Okay. Oh no, I was going to say Scorpio, but it's Virgo. All right, so we do have Virgo energy. And we have Rahu. Oh, wow. Look at this. Rahu, which is the north node of the moon, which is the ruler, the co-ruler of Aquarius in Vedic astrology as well. And we also have the 5th house, which is, or the number 5. Depending on how you look at it, number 5 can also be a confirmation of Mercury energy because it's ruled by Mercury. But it could also be the 5th house, which is connected to Leo and the sun energy. So yeah, this person could definitely also be a creative, you know. 5th house can be connected to children. And connected to children. They could be someone that you meet, for instance, while doing something you love, like a hobby course or anything involving education as well, or any activity involving children. They could also be someone who is involved in speculative gains. Worst case scenario, gambling, but that doesn't have to be the case. Can also be that they invest in the stock market or something, or they could be involved in some kind of profession, you know, like being a stockbroker or something. With Rahu, this is a confirmation that this person is coming from a different background than you are. So different background can mean like some kind of significant cultural difference, right? They're either a different ethnicity, a different religion, or they speak a different language. Something is, you know, something is foreign about them. And they're definitely independent and unconventional because of all this Aquarius energy. And with Virgo, we see this like service-oriented energy. So I definitely feel like this person wants to feel useful and valued within their community. You know, we have this with the bee energy. I mean, it makes me think of the worker bee archetype or something, like someone who just works and works and works because they secretly want to feel appreciated and approved of by a community, right? They want to be a valuable member of society. And yeah, they're service-oriented, definitely. and they have some kind of a vision that they want to implement. With the number 5, also the 5th house, it could show that this person does what they love for a living. For some of you, very specifically, they could be into dramatic arts, because the 5th house is connected to Leo, and Leo is very much connected to dramatic arts, but any kind of creative activity, actually, and anything that has to do with the heart chakra, which is things that you love, basically. And also, though, the 5th house can show that, actually, this is a confirmation of what I said, honestly. This is going to start as a love affair. This is going to start as a love affair. And by the way, also, 5th house, yeah, is connected to children. So this is kind of a confirmation of what well, it makes sense. You're going to have kids with this person. But this is also the house of love affairs, like I said. So I think this person loves, is a pretty good romantic partner. Like, they could be very exciting as a romantic partner. You know, there's someone who loves to have fun. They know how to woo people that they're dating. Yeah, but again, makes me think like maybe they're a little bit better at being a boyfriend than being like a husband. Depending on the situation, could be a girlfriend / wife, but I know that most of you are women, so that's why I say boyfriend. All right, let me get more. Spirit, who is pile number 2? I mean, who is pile number 2 gonna have a child with? Who is pile number 2 gonna have a child with? Who is pile number 2 going to have a child with? Tell me, Spirit. All right, that's enough. So let's see what came out here. Shravana, which falls in Capricorn, ruled by the moon. We have Anuradha, which falls in Scorpio. So there we have the Scorpio, ruled by Saturn. So Anuradha is what I was talking about. This person has a workaholic energy. We have Revati, very strong confirmation of what I said. This is also ruled by Mercury and also falls in Pisces, so it's ruled by Jupiter as well. Okay, so, and this person loves to travel with Revati. We have Vishaka, very strong confirmation of what I said, that this person could be in some kind of a religious organization, or they could be like a teacher as well, but I'm getting more in areas connected to spirituality somehow, like, or religion. We also have Mrigashira, so this person is very intelligent as well. What I said, confirmation. They're very, like, mentally active. We have Pushya, which falls in Cancer, ruled by Saturn. So they are service-oriented as well. Uttara Shadha, another confirmation that this person could be like a spiritual leader or a teacher. We have Swati, which falls in Libra, ruled by Rahu. We do have confirmation again. And we have, let me see, Mula, which falls in Sagittarius. Again, more Jupiter energy, this time ruled by Ketu. So we do have all of the energies connected to mysticism as well, because of this like shaman raven thing. We have that with Vishaka to some extent. We have it with all the Scorpio energy. We have it with Mula as well. Anuradha as well. Like, this person could even be involved with some kind of secret societies. Like, I don't want to scare anyone, but it could be like with Anuradha. Maybe they might have been, like, another thing is that this person may have grown up in like something like a cult or some kind of religious upbringing. They may no longer embrace it, maybe. That could be another way to look at it. But in any case, I see that this person also could be involved in travel, air travel, any kind of air travel professions, or they might be really fond of flying. They could be also a very good listener. I definitely see this orientation towards wanting to be a leader, honestly. A leader / influencer, you know, someone who especially influences people with respect to spiritual topics. This is the main energy that I'm getting here. I'm getting Mula also. With Mula, they could be good at research. This person is definitely very smart. They could have like a very inquisitive mind. They might also really like animals. Animals might be drawn to them. They might really like forests. With respect to physical appearance, I'm also getting some pretty strong, not just Jupiter, but yeah, like I said, some fire. So Jupiter, Sun energy. So with respect to physical appearance, this person could have pretty intense eyes, quite charismatic. With Swati, with Swati and Revati, they could definitely have a pretty face, especially their eyes. Their eyes could be quite wide set. Very imaginative, dreamy. They're a natural influencer. This is someone that is really charismatic, and I think people listen to them. They could even be someone who has like social media following, a strong social media following. They could also have a nice voice. And they might be working in the same line of work as one of their parents with the second house. Very imaginative. Did I say that? I think I said it already. Imaginative. They also have a nurturing side, definitely. A nurturing humanitarian side. They also can have a bit of an ego, definitely, sorry. But overall, I see this person as pretty charismatic, social, like they're someone who's pretty well seen in society, to be honest. All right. So let me get some charms. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who is the person you're going to have kids with? Okay, so I just have confirmations here with the birds and the wings that this person might really like to fly. Maybe they're even involved in something to do with flying, like, I don't know, paragliding or something. They could be a pilot, they could be a flight attendant. And they might also just like birds, really, because this person definitely likes animals, I think. With the key here, this makes me think that this person can be quite secretive. You know, they don't easily allow people close to them. This makes me think of a tear, to be honest. And so this makes me think that maybe this person looks quite serious. Like maybe a bit brooding as well. With the scissors here, I'm thinking that this person can also be quite sharp. Not just mentally, but they could be sharp-tongued as well. Like maybe they even have no problem, you know, cutting ties with people at the drop of a hat or something, you know, like not without too much remorse or something. If like, I feel like this is someone, this is something that I wanted to say with Vishaka and Uttarashadha. This could be a person who has some very strict, I don't want, like, maybe not strict, but they have some kind of a religious or faith-based guidance system. And it's very important for them that the people around them basically adhere to the same value system. Okay, here we have this Chinese thing, which I have no idea what this is. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this like an abacus or what? Like, anyway, this is a Chinese thing that makes me think of, again, makes me think that this person could be traditional. Maybe they actually are connected to China or some Chinese culture, I mean. But that's obviously not going to be for everyone. Maybe they have been to China. That's another thing. Like, or maybe you meet in China. That could really be on point. And then we have the owl, another bird, by the way, which makes me think of wisdom. Again, we have this card, which literally owls are seen as, you know, a symbol of wisdom. So I think this person definitely is really, I think this person is very well-traveled and well-read, to be honest. And they do have a nurturing side, but I think really when it comes to like forming close relations, they are very, very picky, you know, with respect to who gets close to them and how close they get. This person, I have to be honest, like, they might have like a fear of, I don't want to say like a fear of commitment, but I feel it's more like a fear of intimacy, you know, like they are, obviously, since this is a person you're going to have kids with, I'm guessing most likely that for you, this is going to be an exception. But in general, this is not someone who trusts easily. And, you know, even though they might be friendly on the surface, they're not easy to get to know. And and actually establish like a close bond with. You know, they don't let their guard down for anyone. For just anyone, that's what I mean. All right, so this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 2, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. I definitely have, again, some pretty strong confirmations, strong messages, so I hope that this resonated. Please feel free to come back to this reading at any time in the future. Tell me if it resonated, if it didn't. Also, if you are interested in getting a private tarot reading from me, you can check out the video description. I have left my contact information there. I've also left a link to reviews I have gotten for private readings if you're curious to see them. If you are interested in supporting me further, you can click on the join button underneath any of my videos, and you can support me through a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks, which are detailed when you click on the button. If you are interested in astrology, I also have an astrology channel, and I have over 20 years of experience in both Vedic and tropical. I mainly focus on Vedic now, but I still use some tropical insights as well. And yeah, I will be linking my astrology channel in the video description as well. And if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So, and also don't forget to comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas that you would like to hear, that you would like me to cover in future tarot videos, because this one was also suggested by a viewer. And yeah, I do take them into account. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Oh my god, pile number 2. So I just reached the end of pile number 3, and I realized that I didn't take like physical characteristics out for you. So I apologize, and as an apology, I'm also going to pull, actually no, forget about it. I'm also going to pull, yeah, physical characteristics, and that's it. I was going to say I'm also going to pull maybe some extra astrological notes, but I think that's pointless because I've already gotten all the necessary messages. So here it is. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who is this person they're going to have children with? Who is pile number 2's baby mama or baby daddy? All right, so we have chin dimple, we have bohemian style, we have medium build, physical build, we have broad shoulders, we have curly or wavy hair, we have black hair, we have cheek dimples, right? So a lot of dimples. Beautiful hands. We have brown hair. We have round face. Dyed hair for some of you. Strong build or robust, so medium to strong. And round eyes. All right, so these are the characteristics that came out for you. Zoom in a little bit. So see how they resonate, if they resonate with anyone that you already have in mind. I'm really curious to see how this reading resonated in general. So yes, this is just everything I wanted to add. I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. Bye! Welcome pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card with Sleeping Beauty's Dream and or this seashell over here. This is going to be the card selection phase. I am going to add timestamps if you want to skip directly to the interpretation. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is the person they're going to have children with? Who will pile number 3 have children with? Tell me, Spirit, who is pile number 3 going to have children with? Who is pile number 3 going to have children with? Tell me. So we have Burden of Tears, number 21. We have Anger, number 9. We have Peace. That's interesting. The Madonna and the baby. And we have Love. Oh, all right. And we have Dear Love, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. And we have Elk Nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. Wow. All right. And now I'm going to read the description for this card from the booklet. We have Sleeping Beauty's Dream, number 3. Soul journey, power of imagination, inner strength. We all know the story of Sleeping Beauty, who got pricked by a spindle and fell into a deep sleep. This card shows Sleeping Beauty asleep, her hair thick like thorns surrounding a castle. Imagine if your soul could wander while you sleep. What places and people would it visit? Envision what kind of journey you could have. Your soul is not tied to a certain place. It is able to tear down walls and scale a hedge of thorns. Like the bird Sleeping Beauty gently holds in her hand, your soul is ready to be freed and soar to all the places in your dreams. All right, so this person is someone who's very romantic. And also someone who has a very broad view, because we have a lot of Jupiter energy. But I'm going to see, and also with the deer and the elk, obviously I'm going to think that this person might have strong Anuradha or Jyeshta placements. But I'm going to get more to that as I go along. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is this person that they're going to have children with? Anything you can tell me about this person would be greatly appreciated. Tell me, Spirit. Who is pile number 3 going to have children with? Okay, let's see. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Judgment. We have the Knight of Swords. All right, repeating theme of anger. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. We have the 9 of Wands. A lot of Mars energy. And I'm missing a card, right? Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is this person? 1 just fell out. All right. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? Who are they going to have children with? Spirit, who is pile number 3 going to have children with? Who is pile number 3 going to have children with? Tell me, Spirit. Spirit, who is pile number 3 going to have children with? So we have Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups again underneath the Ace of Cups. Dude, like, I can't. Sorry for saying dude. Okay, very romantic. Ace of Swords as well. We have 9 of Cups. We have 4 of Swords again. All right, this is really painting a picture. We have the Emperor. We have the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. Pile number 3. Some very strong messages. Hold on, let me try to... Yeah, I think that's better. So pile number 3, very, very strong messages for you. We have the Ace of Cups coming out twice, one underneath the other. We also have the 4 of Swords coming out twice, which is actually going hand in hand with the Peace card here. Oh, you also have the message of love twice, and you have it actually 4 times now because you also have the Ace of Cups, which literally stands for love. So this is someone who is a very loving person. Someone who has like an open heart chakra. In fact, I'm going to take it a step further and say that this person overall has very intense emotions. Not just love, but also anger. Because we also have anger as a message. We also have the Knight of Swords. We also have a multitude of number 9s. Well, maybe not multitude, but we have number 9. This person is someone who is used to fighting. And this is someone who... did not have things handed out to them. This is someone who has worked hard for what they have. They are someone who has reached a certain position in their career, also with respect to their finances because of the 10 of Pentacles. We have wealth, literally the message of wealth. And we also have Seven of Pentacles. So this person is hardworking, all right? And yeah, very intense emotions. I wouldn't be surprised if I get maybe Ardra or Purva Bhadrapada in the astrological notes, but I'm gonna leave that towards the end. So this person is very strong emotions, could have deep water placements like Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. They are someone who is very romantic also. They care a lot about romance. With the peace message here and the Four of Swords, this person is definitely someone who on the surface comes across as pretty tranquil, or they're someone who's very difficult to read. This is not someone that wears their heart on their sleeve, to be honest. Like, you rarely catch glimpses of how intense their emotions really are. But, I mean, look at this. We have Burden of Tears as well. So, yeah, I definitely would say that this person maybe has strong Ardra placements, or maybe you have Ardra connected to the spouse archetype. Anyway, too much into astrology. This is a person who's very solid, very stable. We also have the Emperor. So the Emperor definitely shows someone who is quite mature-minded. I'm also potentially getting Capricorn energy here. Someone who has made it through trial and errors. We have the Five of Swords, the Emperor. We have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. This is someone who has worked really, really hard to get where they are in life. This is someone who has a lot of patience, a lot of energy, a lot of perseverance. They have a lot of stamina. They might be into meditation. They might be someone that, first of all, they might be someone that you meet at home. Again, this could mean also meeting them online. It could also mean that they are someone who's into real estate. Someone who cares about architecture, building homes, or just the home base is really important to them. And they're potentially quite traditionalist, I'm getting here, but depends on what else I'm going to get as I go along. I also think this is someone who has a lot of options, to be honest. A lot of people see them as very romantic. Not just very romantic, but they see them as a catch. Actually, I don't know if they come across as romantic, because, again, I don't think that they're showing their heart on their sleeves. I think a lot of people see them as very attractive because they have a certain status and a certain level of financial well-being. Also with nobility here, it says, celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges. Yeah. So this person, I'm definitely potentially also getting some Aries energy as well. Some Mars Aries energy. But mainly I'm getting Saturn. Maybe a combination of Mars and Saturn. So this person could like literally come from... actually, no. I don't think that they come from like a good breeding background, to be honest. I think this is someone who has earned their crown, if so to speak. Like, they have worked really hard to get where they are. So even if maybe they come from a pretty decent background, like maybe they actually come from, by the way, there isn't a UFO landing. It's just the sun that's going in and out of clouds. Like, the clouds are moving very fast here. Anyway, so this person could be, someone who has worked hard, like I said. So even if they might be coming, let's say, from a family that maybe has a title, you know, like people in the past sometimes would go broke. Like, people who came from nobility would go broke and they would still have their titles, but they didn't actually have any wealth. So this could actually be a situation like that. They could be someone who comes from good breeding. I don't mean like naturally, necessarily aristocracy or something. But yeah, they could be someone who comes from a decent background, like good education, good breeding, but they were not handed out wealth, you know. And I feel like this is someone who has really worked hard for everything they have. They do have a gentle heart. They have a lot of love. They have a strong heart chakra. So again, that could also show healthy sun placements, like an exalted sun. Maybe they have sun in Aries, which would mean they're born around early May, April, something like that. and I use sidereal zodiac. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands, again, this could be someone who, yeah, I'm definitely seeing this, like, shadow side emotionally. So it's like, I don't want to say like they're two-faced, but they could be like the kind of person that nobody really guesses the depth of their emotions. Like, this is someone who could have like strong ups and downs emotionally. And they could be very into meditation and learning to understand themselves, understand their shadow side. They could also be into psychology. This is interesting because we have like a repeated theme of sleeping now that I think about it. I mean, we have the Four of Swords twice and we have the Sleeping Beauty. I mean, again, I don't want to be too literal, but maybe this is for some of you someone that you're going to dream of before you meet them, or they might remind you of someone in a dream. Or this could be about them, like maybe they will dream about you before they meet you. I know this is very specific and it's probably only going to be for people that are very, very intuitive. Or it could be like, with all the sleeping thing, see, here's the thing. This is actually going hand in hand with what I said so far. This person could be someone who is really emotional, has a deep wealth of emotions. But they are very unconscious about it. So it could be that they have gotten so used to being in their rational mind and getting results and focusing on being useful, building a career and all this stuff, that they have lost track of love, maybe. And it's like, when you get together, you will have an awakening. They will have an awakening, you will have an awakening. So there's definitely going to be a lot of mutual love here in this relationship. And also with the peace message, I think that this is definitely someone reliable that's going to give you a lot of serenity and tranquility. You know, I don't think that even though, can I just say this? Like I said, with the Knight of Swords and the Anger card, I definitely see this person can have a feisty side, a temper. But I don't think, like, I'm not going to get to the point of saying that this person is abusive or anything. But they could have a short temper and they could have a fighting spirit. It's just that when it comes to the people they care about, they are going to be very tender, very loving. And also with the Peace card and the Child, it makes me think that this person could also just really care about kids, maybe in general, and or their kids in particular. Very romantic. Did I say this? Like, I can't get over how romantic this energy is. Like, it's not even like in the least bit sleazy, you know, like this is a very romantic person. Could be very traditional as well. They could have traditional values, like I said. They definitely care a lot about leaving a legacy and having a family. And they're also someone who's good at balancing a home life with a career. So it's like, even if this person is, let's say, very hardworking, which I do think they are considering these cards, they will always know to prioritize what is important to them. And they will always also make time for the family, even though they care a lot about career and finances as well. And yeah, I also pick up leadership, administrative ability. So this person could be like a manager, a boss. Maybe they're having their own thing as well, because there's a lot of independence here as well, with the Ace of Swords as well. And the Judgment, here's the thing with the Judgment though. This could be someone that you are meant to meet, like you're going to meet in a very karmic way, in the sense that it could seem fated, you know, like maybe you meet them when you're not supposed to be, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like those situations where you're not supposed to be there that day and you run into them or something like that. Could be something like that. It could just mean that you're going to meet them at the time that is fated for you and for them. Something about how you meet could seem just far-fetched, or like you didn't expect it or something. You didn't expect it at that time. And this person could also be very smart. With the Judgment and the Ace of Swords, they have very sharp intellectual abilities. They can, you know, get to the bottom of things. And they're also they're very witty and sharp-tongued as well, potentially. So this is what I see here through the cards. Let me get, I mean, you have some really clear-cut messages here like repeated themes. Yeah, Spirit has really brought the reading here to a great degree of clarity. All right, let me see. Let me get the astrological card. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? Who is this person they're going to have children with? Who is the person that pile... Actually, both of these, or not. I don't know about this one. Spirit, who is pile number 3 going to have kids with? Tell me, Spirit, who is pile number 3 going to have children with? Okay, this one wants to come out. 8th house, transformation and mystery. All right, so we do have that Scorpio energy. Oh, wow, we have more Scorpio energy. We have the Leo energy, confirmation. Confirmation of the Queen of Wands. I don't know if I mentioned Leo, but yeah. 12th house, spirituality. Oh my God, 12th house is also the house of dreaming. There's so much 12th house energy. And we have the 2nd house, resources and values. So yeah, this person is going to be pretty well off. They could be definitely very spiritual. Also with the 4 of Swords coming out twice. And they could literally be working on something like sleep therapy. I mean, that's really specific. Or they could be, maybe sleep is really important to them. Like maybe they're doing things like lucid dreaming techniques or something. Or meditation could be very important for them. I also think with the 12th house, like it says, spirituality is very important, and they're also very creative and intuitive. Leo, the extrovert, is the leader energy. Scorpio is, and we have like fire and water here. So yeah, that makes sense. First of all, Scorpio and Leo creates a square. So that would bring a lot of inner turmoil and conflict. It's like they have one side of them that is extroverted, one side that is deeply introverted. So the Scorpio would definitely support what I said about this person being very hard to read. Also with the 8th house, doubly so. 8th house is about secrecy, mystery. It's also about joint resources. And it could also be with the 2nd and the 8th house that you meet this person through their family or your family, or someone from your families introduces you to the other person. Somehow the families might be involved in meeting. It doesn't necessarily mean arranged marriage, although that could be a case. 12th house being here, again, is a confirmation that you could have met from home or some place of isolation. This could be like hospitals, churches, any kind of spiritual place, religious place as well. And could also be, I mean, prisons as well. That's an option. Could be traveling to faraway places as well. So this could be like traveling to a different continent. The 12th house. 12th house shows long-term or long-distance travel, right? Yeah, this person is definitely a leader, and they're very self-motivated, and they're very intense. Like I said, intense emotions with Scorpio. Scorpio is the most emotionally intense sign of the zodiac. And the 8th house, like I said, doubles that energy, basically. It's like... and also the 8th house is about ups and downs, right? So this person, it's also the ups and downs and transformation. And Scorpio is very financially savvy also. So makes sense, right? This person could be a leader. They could be someone who has really gone from rags to riches in their lifetime with the 8th house. And they're might be working in areas that involve secrecy, right? They might also just be very private about their affairs, but they also might be involved in areas that involve like also secrecy or transformation. It can also be interested in the occult, like including tarot, astrology, anything that is kind of like, you know, not socially embraced fully. Yeah, they could have some secret interests. All right, let me get some more. Spirit, who is pile number 3's? I don't know how to call them. Baby daddy, baby mama. Like, who is this person going to have kids with? Spirit, tell me. Who is pile number 3 going to have kids with? All right, so we have 5, which again is Leo energy. I mean, we have number 5, which is Leo energy. The 5th house could be important. We have Saturn. This is the Emperor energy and the 10 of Pentacles. So I did say some Capricorn energy. Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. And we have Libra placements. All right, so this person could have prominent placements in Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio. Just some of them. Could also be Taurus, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. But we are specifically getting Libra here, so yeah. Fifth house can also show that you meet this person during some kind of an educational program, or it could also be that they are an educator. They could be a teacher. They could be working with kids. Again, fifth house is also the house of kids, so it's just a confirmation that you're going to have kids. This could also just show romance. Fifth house is the house of romance, so confirmation of all that love and Ace of Cups energy, that you're going to have a very romantic connection with this person. I think this person knows how to be exciting romantically as well. Also with the Scorpio, hello, it is the sign of sexuality. Fifth house and 12th house, by the way, are also 12th house is also known as the house of bedroom activities in Vedic astrology, so this person might be very into it. You know, maybe they have like a high sex drive or something, or they're very passionate. Maybe they're into yoga or sorry, tantra or something like, or you could be into that. See how that resonates. But yeah, in any case, this person is like very passionate, very romantic. So love plays an important part in their lives, but it may not be immediately obvious. With the Saturn, this is a confirmation of what I said, that this person is definitely not an open book. You know, further confirmation. With all this Saturn, Scorpio, 8th house energy, this person is very, very good at keeping a poker face. You know, you may not be able to read them at all. Like, they may not even show that they like you actually at first. Okay, see how that resonates. And yeah, and Libra just shows that they're socially charming, but it could be like on a very surface level, you know, they don't easily let people get close to them. All right, but they are charismatic, they are sociable, they are diplomatic, and they like to be fair. You know, they can be good at negotiating, and they like to see both sides of an argument. All right, let me get more. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3? Who is this person that they're going to have kids with? Who is the person that pile number 3 is going to have kids with? All right, I think that's enough. Let's see. We have our... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did I not say... This was literally the first thing that I said. One of the first things, all right? I did also say Anuradha and Jyeshta, but then I said Ardra, right? Very strong confirmation. Placements in Ardra could be a thing. Speaking of astrological notes, I did say Scorpio is the most emotional, intensely emotional sign of the zodiac. Well, Ardra is the most intensely emotional nakshatra out of 27 nakshatras, or moon mentions as they're called sometimes. Oh my God, I cannot. Oh my God, like seriously, even more confirm. I literally said I wouldn't be surprised if this person has placements in Ardra or Purva Bhadrapada. Second most intensely emotional nakshatra of the 27 nakshatras is Purva Bhadrapada. So yeah, you are the lucky winner of a very intense emotional baby daddy or baby mama. All right, Purva Falguni falls in Leo, strong confirmation as well because we have Leo energy. And we have Revati, which is ruled by Mercury. Okay. We have Pushya, which falls in Cancer and is ruled by Saturn. Here we have 2 of them. We have Vishakha, which is ruled by Jupiter. See, this is a confirmation that they could be spiritual. They could be even religious with the 12th house energy. We have Purvashadha, ruled by Venus. And we have Mrigashira, falls in Gemini, ruled by Mars. So, let me break things down. So, first of all, Purva Bhadrapada is a very strong confirmation of what I said, that this person has a very, very good poker face. One of the symbols of Purva Bhadrapada, symbols associated with Purva Bhadrapada, is the two-faced man. Now this could literally mean that this is like, I don't know, like worst case scenario, like this person is involved in stuff that you don't know about. Also, Purva Bhadrapada is very much connected to 8th house Scorpio kind of energy as well, in the sense that they're very into the occult, maybe astrology, tarot, but could be all kinds of things that are kind of seen as like even to the point of like dabbling in Wicca and even magic, black magic, worst case scenario. I don't want to scare you off or anything, but this person definitely has a very intense side. It is repeated already 4 times, all right? Very intense. And also with Purva Bhadrapada, they can be savage. Can I just say this? Like with Ardra and Purva Bhadrapada, definitely explains that anger issue here that came through with the number 9, this card. And then we also have the Knight of Swords, which is known for being impulsive and kind of, you know, heads first. So there could be some hidden anger issues. Also with the Queen of Wands, which speaks of having a shadow side psychologically. But I don't think this is a bad person because of all of the love energy that came through. But they might be struggling with some stuff from their past, you know, like hardships. Purva Bhadrapada also confirms what I've said about this person really going through hell before reaching a position of stability, you know? So I think with the Emperor energy and the 10 of Pentacles, like I think that either this is someone you're going to get together with at a later stage in life, like 35 plus, or they are significantly older than you are. So yeah, because I definitely see this person being established, you know, so I don't think this is like a 23-year-old, unless they are a very, very financially savvy 23-year-old that started investing at the age of 10, in which case it might be the case. But otherwise, yeah, I think this is someone who has gone through like many ups and downs, potentially like several instances where they were just leveled to the ground and lost everything and had to rebuild themselves from the ground up. This is the kind of energy that I'm getting. And I also, can I just say that they are masculine, you know, a lot of masculine energy. And even if this is a woman, this woman has a savage side, you know. With Ardra also, see, Ardra is one of the most misunderstood, actually both of them. They're kind of misunderstood in Vedic astrology because they can come across as savage, they can have a temper and all that. Also, Ardra sometimes is symbolized by a tear. This is why I said burden of tears. So this person, like I said, just intense emotions. You know, their inner landscape is like, I don't know, thunderbolts and lightning or something. Even though on the surface, they are very good at keeping a poker face. And it's really bad for them if they try to repress their emotions. That's the worst for their health overall. They're actually best at spending time in nature, spending time with animals. They might be really drawn to animals. They might really like forests as well. But I will tell you with these placements and also with the Queen of Wands, almost certainly this person has had significant above average childhood trauma. I can just tell you this right now. Like, this is not an easy life that I'm seeing here. It could also be why, with the Four of Swords coming out twice, and also with this original card, it could also be why this person has, like, reached a level of spiritual development that is well above average. You know, because I do also see that. Like, this is definitely someone who has gone through hell, but has finally reached the sunshine. You know, like, they're not someone who has given into their lower nature or given into revenge. Eventually they work through their stuff, you know. And also with Purva Bhadrapada, their best attributes, one of their best attributes is that they can be very protective, right? So they're good protectors. That makes sense with the Emperor. With Purva Falguni, this person, okay, so this explains some of the stuff that I've seen here with the Ace of Cups, the Scorpio, the, you know, 5th house energy. This person also definitely has a very sensuous side. They can also be quite sexy, can I just say this? With Purva Falguni and Purva Bhadrapada, they could definitely be sexy, above average. This could be a person, like I said, who has a lot of suitors, a lot of options, a lot of people looking at them. They're very attractive. Could have traditionally beautiful features. Just to give you some examples, Purva Falguni is also known sometimes as the nakshatra of the courtesan, and it is symbolized by a bed. So it's like very connected to sensuality and art as well. It's very much connected to also beauty and sugar spice and everything nice, bedroom pleasures as well. So just to give you some examples, for instance, Madonna has strong Purva Falguni energy. Fiona Apple, if you know her, has strong Purva Falguni. What's her name? I keep forgetting. Rosalia, this the Spanish singer that is very famous right now. She has moon in Purva Falguni. As a man, I think Michael Fassbender has strong Purva Falguni energy. I can't think of another man right now. But in any case, this is a nakshatra that tends to produce people. Also, Charlize Theron has ascendant in Purva Falguni. So she, you know, just to give you an example, give you some examples. So these people are generally known to be quite seductive, you know, quite beautiful. And Purva Bhadrapada could, you know, just to give you some examples, can include Catherine Zeta-Jones, who has moon in Purva Bhadrapada. With respect to men, I can't think of any right now, but I'm sure there are plenty of them. Oh, wait, MGK has moon in Purva Bhadrapada. Kanye West has some strong, I think he also has moon in Purva Bhadrapada. So I laugh because I know he's a pretty controversial figure and not a lot of people like him. But he also has his pluses. I mean, he has some great songs. What can I say? But see, here's the thing with Purva Bhadrapada, especially in men, it can create kind of like this macho energy, you know, of I'm so tough, nobody can mess with me, and maybe a slight tendency towards toxic masculinity sometimes. But I mean, considering the overall positive messages of the spread, I don't think that this is going to be the case. See, best case, Purva Bhadrapada become very good protectors. Like I said, you know, they're kind of like the lion. They are symbolized by the male lion in Vedic astrology. So they are very good at just protecting their family. And basically, they also become very spiritual through a lot of hardships. Right? But both of them, both Purva Bhadrapada and Purva Falguni, are known to be quite seductive. You know, quite sexy, above average. This is what I was trying to say. Purva Ashadha as well, being ruled by Venus, can show beauty. You know, this person could have like good hair, maybe wavy hair. Purva Ashadha is connected to mermaid imagery and the sea. So this person could really like the sea. Maybe they really like swimming or fish or something. Maybe they keep fish. This also shows, by the way, that they can be argumentative and they can like arguments. Mrigashira as well can show that they are quite quick-witted. They're very good with words. They also have very, very good instincts. With Mrigashira and Ardra together, this person has massively accurate instincts. Like if this person tells you they have a gut feeling about someone, you need to listen to them. Revati can be, also this person has beautiful eyes. Like their eyes could really stand out. They could also have eyes that are quite wide set. But also with Revati, they could be interested in air travel. They could like traveling in general, but especially air travel. Maybe they're into flying, like paragliding, or I don't know, anything connected to flying. They like to be in the air, I think, could be a thing. They could even be involved in professions connected to flying, like maybe they're a pilot or a flight attendant or something like that. With Pusha, they can be very nurturing and very caring. So this explains the peace energy here from this oracle card. Yeah, they can be very caring. They can be good at, you know, taking care of people who are in a vulnerable position. So this goes hand in hand with the Purva Bhadrapada. I think this person also has good social consciousness. Like they want to help others in general. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they could be someone who starts out very ego-driven. And this is why you have this card here that says, celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. So I think that this is a person who might, you know, start out being quite ego-driven, focused on their own agenda, pushing themselves forward, becoming materialistic, you know, materially successful. But once they reach a certain position, they really want to help others, you know, like they want to give back to society. We also have the Vishaka, which, oh, this person is very competitive. If this is a man, can I just tell you with Vishaka, they might be really jealous. Like, especially if they have the Scorpio placements, because we do have Vishaka falls also in Libra and Scorpio. So we have both of them. Also, we have Libra and Scorpio here. So, yeah, especially though, if this person has placements in Scorpio in Vishaka, they are like not to be messed with. Like, this person will like destroy their competition. Like, they will just give it their all. You know, they want to be first. They're super competitive. Worst case scenario with Vishaka, you could be looking at occasional substance abuse issues. Although, again, with the overall positive spread here, I don't think it's going to be too bad. But this person might also be guided by a strong sense of faith in life with the Vishaka energy. Yeah, so they could like they have their strong values and stuff that they guide themselves by, but you know, whether these are objective or not, that's a totally different topic and probably would require more in-depth analysis. Also, can I just pause here right now, because I've just finished with the nakshatras, and ask you to please click on the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, because most of the people that are regularly watching my videos are not subscribed, so please subscribe. It is the easiest way to support me, and it is free. Also, consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video, and please subscribe. Please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to share. And or suggestions for future topics that you would like me to cover, because this topic was suggested by a viewer as well. All right, thank you. Pause is over. So now I'm gonna get to some charms. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is this person they're gonna have kids with? Oh, the first thing that fell out is the sword. Tell me, Spirit. Okay, everything fell out. Oh my god, we have such a big heart with kids and mama. All right, so this is definitely potentially a strong confirmation of that, you know, this is someone you're going to have kids with, obviously. And it's also like, oh my god, it feels like a repeated theme here with peace and the Madonna and the child. I feel like you're going to be a happy mother, especially, or again, if you're the man, you're going to make this woman a happy mother. And this is the elephant. See, this could be somehow connected to just how physically strong this person is, or it could be literally that they come from a place where elephants are common. We have the dolphins, which suggest playfulness, intelligence. Again, they could have a love of swimming in the sea. We have the owl, which is wisdom and intelligence. We have, oh yes, we have the strong heartbeat here, which is a confirmation of all the intense emotions that I was talking about. We have the sword, which definitely shows this person can be tough and kind of, I mean, to be honest, not to be messed with. I also have this thing, which I have no idea what it is. I mean, this is just a decoration. Makes me think of something potentially Middle Eastern. Like, so again, maybe this is part of what the culture that this person is going to come from. And we have the dove of hope. Makes me think, again, on the other hand, this makes me think a little bit about Christianity more. In any case, I do think that faith is important for most of these people, or they have some kind of a strong inner sense of morality that they have developed on their own. Maybe they're not part of a religion, an organized religion. So anyway, with the dove here, this could just be a confirmation of the Revati energy. And oh my god, how did I not see this? This is a confirmation of the Revati energy as well, because like Revati is connected to the elephant. Like the elephant is connected to 2 nakshatras, Revati and Bharani. So yeah, strong confirmation for some of you. This person has Revati placements. So anyway, this makes me think of love of flying. It also makes me think of purity, to be honest. Like, it makes me think that this person has a pure soul, or it could be like this is a pure connection, like the Ace of Cups has proven. And we have the bone, which again is Saturn energy. Saturn rules the bones. Or this could just make me, again, it makes me think of like a dog with a bone, like someone who is very aggressive when it comes to pursuing their interests. So I would also take this as a confirmation of the Vishaka energy. All right, so this is pretty much what I had. Oh, this one was like right outside of the bag. So we also have more love for you, more romance and love. What can I say? All right. Now I'm going to get some actual physical characteristics. Let's see what we get. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Tell me, who is this person? I mean, who's this person going to have kids with? All right. Okay. Oops. So let me see. Very tall. We have piercings for some of you. Large eyes. So the eyes could be standing out. We have glasses. We have, let me see, what is going on here? Red or auburn hair. We have strong, build, robust. Yeah, that's a confirmation of what I said with the elephant. We got chin dimple. Light hazel eyes. So that could be like blue, green, or light brown. We have dyed hair for some of you. Cheek dimples. They could have dimples. Dimples are actually common with poor Buffalo Goody, so that's definitely a thing. Mischievous smile. All right, and sporty style. All right, so sporty style makes sense with a lot of these combinations, actually. Did I say this? Brown eyes. I did say this, right. All right, so these are some of the physical characteristics that you have. Pile number 3. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. So many confirmations. 2 cards coming out twice. I think Spirit definitely wanted you to hear these messages. So yeah. Hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe if you have, comment in the comment section. If you are interested in a private tarot reading, check out the video description. I have left more information about how to get one. I've also left a list to reviews that I have gotten for private readings before if you're curious to see them. And also, if you would like to support me further, you can click on the join button, become a member. Support me for a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks, which are detailed if you click on the join button. And last but not least, if you're interested in astrology, I have an astrology channel and I will be linking it in the video description. I have over 20 years of experience in readings both in Vedic and tropical, but now for about 10 years already, I'm mostly focused on Vedic astrology. So my channel is mostly on Vedic astrology, but I also use some tropical insights because I'm very familiar with the tropical techniques as well. So if you're curious about astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!